Welcome, Jason from GOFR Outdoors. Today I am so excited to show you one of our newest items and something that our team is beyond proud of. Our team consists of fishermen and women, both love the sport and absolutely love live bait fishing, and that's where the overall knowledge from this product came from. We wanted to find a way to bring what the million-dollar boats have in live wells and pump systems into the everyday average person that we all use. We fish from kayaks, we fish from shores, docks, piers. This is where a majority of us are fishing from. So we wanted to make sure that we have the absolute best experience we can. Aaron Lai, the ultimate Livewell Kit. What this does is for the first time make a portable, battery operated live well system that you can take with you and use anywhere. We'll give you a little bit of explanation as we go through, but of course our website will have all of the data that you may need. Some of the true highlights are pumping about 2 gallons plus a minute, being able to pump up to about 16 feet, 6 or so hours of running time on a set of fully charged lithium-ion batteries. Plus we give you absolutely everything you need in the box to complete your perfect experience. As we go through here, I'm going to use this as a little bit of an instruction video as well as a little bit of a how-to video because I think they coincide. When we get it out of the package, we're going to see all these great parts here, and each one of them has their own use, and we'll cover them all. First, your pump. Your pump consists of 2 parts. It's your base unit and your float. The float is magnetic. When you're done, simply pops back on the front for easy carrying. Your water pump has its own clip on the unit. Normally would be sitting right here outside of us showing you how to use it. You can see it sitting there on the clip. What that does is allow you again the portability to take this anywhere. When you get ready to use it, it's quite simple. You're simply going to run your pump through the pre-existing grooves and lock it in. What that allows you to do is stick your water pump in the water, have a float around it, plus protection. We all know jetties, we all know barnacles. What we really want to do is protect the inner wiring and the hosing for your pump. The next step that we're going to do is look at our existing air pump. Not only do we provide water, but we do in fact provide an air pump, which is located here on your side. It will be assembled in the factory, not a whole lot for you to do, but it's quite simple, easy, one button on and off operation. Do you want to use air only? Do you want to use water only? Or do you want to use the combination for the best performance? Entirely up to you. As we move through with some of the major parts before we get started with assembly, some of you may be familiar with our live well adapter. We sell this part alone for many people that want to make their own live wells. But being an ultimate solution, an all-in-one solution, we wanted to make sure that this was included. This will allow you to turn any plastic bucket or most roto-molded coolers into a live well. You'll notice here, for presentation purposes, I already have our system set up on a cooler, a hard cooler. I believe this is a 25-quart cooler, just so you have the ability to kind of see how it's all set up when we're done. We do have separate tutorials out there for you of how to set up both your cooler and your bucket, so we'll skip that for now, and you can find the related video. First, we would want to make sure that if we're going to use batteries for that day, that our batteries are completely charged. We provide you with the USB charger and 4 lithium-ion batteries. As always, we want to be extremely careful with any batteries that we used, any damaged batteries, any batteries that got wet. You must throw them out. Do not reuse them. Other than that, we want you to have absolute fun. So once your batteries are charged, we're still setting up your base unit. I've already got the battery cover off just to show you how simple it is. Basically, it's 4 slots, much like a remote control you'd be familiar with. You're simply going to line up the batteries for good use. Once completed, we have a battery cover that's also got a little gasket there to help keep things as watertight and as moisture-free as absolutely possible. So from there, you're going to notice when you turn it into an on position that your lights will come on under the battery selector. I'll turn it off now for the moment, but you can see that it's ready to go. From there, we're going to take our tubing. Now, some of us will take all of the tubing off. You can decide how much line or tubing you want to let out based upon your needs for that day. Next, we're simply going to connect the power ports. It's quite easy. From the tubing to the pump. Then we're going to connect the water portion of that tubing to the pump, which is quite easy and a half turn. You can now see that you are ready to start pumping water. Let's simulate that the ground floor here off this table is your water. You're simply just going to drop it in the water like so and let it flow. Okay? From there, now that we have water moving, we have to find a way to pump that water in and out of your bait tank. I'm going to simply move the unit over here for demonstration purposes, just to simply allow you at home to see how we would then begin to hook this up. Remember, we are simulating that this is in the water, so this is floating and ready to go. We're simply going to come behind it and use the other side of your tubing. We're going to hook that into your existing port, water in. It's water going into your bait tank. Then what we will do is we will find our air tubing, and this is simply to connect the air pump. So the same way you connected your water, you will connect your air tubing. It simply slides in to the port, as well as the ports are different sizes, so it's not, you're not going to make a wrong decision. You'll know instantaneously. At that point, you are ready to start pumping both air and water into your bait tank. Once your bait tank fills up, right now it's on a fill mode. The fill mode will run for 7 minutes at full strength, thus putting about 14 gallons in anything you're going to be using. Well, this right here is only 25 quarts, so roughly that's 5 gallons. So we'll only need a couple of minutes to fill this up in its entirety, but you can see how it works. Once that water fills up and reaches the drain level, it's going to want to come back out the drain port. So all we would do is simply attach tubing. You'll attach your tubing to your drain out portion so that water's not draining at your feet, and you can keep it the distance that you need to lay it off the docks or the jetties or to move it out of the kayak or wherever you want to do. At that point, you are 100% ready to have a fully functioning live well. And one thing that we will never do here at GOFR Outdoors is define the way you use your product. We build this so you can use, so that you can figure out your day. One of those very similar thought processes is our alligator clips. We explained that we can run this on lithium-ion batteries from about 4 to 6 hours. But if you want that full day fishing, well, we need to look at two things. You can simply buy another set of batteries, or we supply in the box our alligator clips. Everybody's familiar with these. They basically look like jumper cables, for a lack of a better word. What we'll do here is we've simply given you on the bottom of your unit a place to plug it in so that it's firm and stays in. And instead of selecting our battery power, we would move it over to the left and select the 12-volt power. We're always going to put our negative or ground on first. Once we put our negative and have a good connection, we will then put our positive terminal and you're ready to power up. We believe that this will change the game for most of you fishing with live bait. We hope you enjoy.